And I asked my translator, like, why do they keep laughing at me? And he goes, your name means banana. Big banana. And so apparently my name in Africa means big banana. Or also known as a plantain, which I love. So I've embraced it.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Adiko. I'm on the world race, and these are my squad mates. Hello. Okay, everybody introduce yourself. And you can say your name and your state or something. Whatever. Go for it.
April, you got it.
I'm April. I'm from America.
What state, not country.
We're all from America.
Next.
No.
Okay, Amanda, you're up.
My name is Amanda Young, and I am from Colorado.
My name is Zachary Boltman, and I'm from Virginia.
Boltman.
No. And I'm from Virginia.
Zachary Butman. All right.
Like 5 nicknames.
Okay, so we are here to answer some questions.
You didn't even say your name.
I said my name at the beginning. I said, hi, I'm Addie Coe. I'm on the world race. Okay, April.
Hi.
What's our first question?
Let's do, let's see.
We gotta give context first. Yes,
okay, hold on. Since this is a little
context.
pressure, somebody else should read the question.
Catherine.
Catherine, you just choose our questions.
Okay, there's a next, if you go to the next picture, it has more questions.
You're our being shown.
Here's the context. Okay, so we are currently in Lomé, Togo, and this is our house.
This is a water sack.
This is a water sack.
A pouch, a water pouch,
No,
or
it's
a water
sack.
purse, a
Sack
purse.
of
You
water.
call it a water purse if you like it.
It's a water
This is
sack.
my water pocket
We're
book.
sticking with it.
A water pocketbook.
Water pocket. This is month 4. Month 4 is technically over. Today is February 1st. Month 4 is over tomorrow. We go to Ghana.
Whoa.
Now someone else.
Okay, Catherine.
Okay. How did you receive confirmation to do the world race?
God gave me a vision.
Who wants to take this?
Oh, then you
Take
know.
it.
That's
Take it.
really cool. That's
Take
good.
it,
So
take
you
it,
take
take
it.
it.
Go.
So,
more than anybody else.
Okay.
I was praying in my room one night and just asking God to speak to me in a new way. And as I was praying, I got a vision, and this doesn't happen a lot. It's not like this is just a normal, like, oh, I got a vision. But God gave me a vision of a map and certain regions on it, and I don't even know how I knew, like, oh, that's a map, I need to go look it up. But I remembered the exact spots on the map that, like, I could see in this vision. And so I went and looked it up, and I wrote down all the countries that fit the description of the region that I saw, or the different regions. And it was, like, kind of the bottom corner. It looked like this in each part of the country. And so I wrote them, or in each continent, so I wrote them down for each continent, and I closed my journal and I went to bed and didn't think anything else. And then the next morning I woke up and I saw an ad for the world race. It was like 5 in the morning because I had something really early. And I was in my bed scrolling through Instagram and saw an ad for the world race. Didn't really know what it was, had barely heard of it. So I clicked on it, and the first route that showed up was the route that I am currently on. And like 8 or 9 of the 11 countries that we're going to were countries that I had seen in the vision the night before.
That
and
is
So cool.
then,
I love it.
yeah. So it was pretty sweet. So I called my nursing school before I even applied for the world race and told them I'm going on a year-long mission trip. And then I applied, and then I got accepted 2 days after the deadline. And now I'm here.
Yes.
Love it. I love it.
What has been your favorite stop so far and why?
I love them all.
She literally, what is your most favorite stop so far? Well, my least favorite stop.
We're not talking about our least favorite. Okay, I'll start.
Yeah.
My
That's gonna get
favorite
asked
stop. My favorite month of ministry was Pakismao, Peru, for sure.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was just like a very peaceful time. It was like this tiny little middle of nowhere town, and the kids were so great, and the ministry was so chill, and it was just a sweet time. It was special.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm adding stuff to your answer. Shoot, you want to get yourself together.
Jump on.
It was good. I think I'm just gonna, come in agreement
Echo.
with this. And it was really cool because by the end of it, literally, we just knew people like around town.
Yeah.
Like we would see people that we knew everywhere. And I
You
was like,
literally couldn't leave the house without running into people you
I'm
know.
like, oh hey, there's so and so. Hey, there's
She's
so-and-so.
selling some cake. Let's go get some cake.
Shout out to our friends.
We
Maybe
love
watch
you
this. I
all
don't know.
so much.
I think it's like April kind of said this, but each month is so unique and so different, so it's kind of hard to answer this question. I would say if I had to choose, I would either choose Juarez, Peru, Peru, which was our first month, and we were helping translate or distribute newly translated versions of the Quechua Bible to the Quechua people who didn't have access to a Bible before, in their native language, and so that was really awesome. And our team, everything was just like really new and exciting, and I loved the town and I loved our hosts. But I've also really loved it in Africa, and it's been a dream of mine to come to Africa for so long.
Togo is gonna
So
bring it.
yeah,
We love
Togo's
it.
great.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Amanda here, and say that my favorite's probably been Togo. We really got to pour into like the kids here, and just like teach at the Bible schools and preach at different churches, and lead different kids events and women's ministry. It's just been overall a good time.
You had some women's
And I'm so proud of him for preaching.
Oh yeah.
He hated preaching at the beginning, and now he's grown so
Guys,
much.
Let's clarify.
And now that's
Zach
his
did not
favorite
do
part.
women's ministry.
Zach did
Just
not.
for
All right.
clarification.
He watched the children,
I got to
which
watch
is a
the
vital
children
part
during
of women's ministry.
Favorite funny moment so far?
Take this one away, buddy.
Which one should I say first?
The clown one.
All right,
clown.
let's start.
Oh yeah.
Touch my water first.
Alright. I had probably about 5 bacterial infections in Peru, and I had to go to the hospital a lot. And one time when I was at the hospital, it was in Juarez.
Sorry, laughing.
I got admitted and had to stay the night. Well, like 5 o'clock, this doctor, well, he was dressed in like full white, like doctor's clothes. And so I assumed he was a doctor until he got in my room and pulled out a bag and put on a clown nose and pulled out some balloon animals and started blowing them up for me. And I had no clue how to tell him I didn't want the balloon animals, so I just accepted the balloon animals. And I
What animal do you want?
I-
Pharaoh.
I did. That's the only word I knew in Spanish as an animal. So I got that, and I think he did a bear or something. And he gave them to me and gave me a pen, and then just left. And I was just sitting there shocked. I didn't know what to do. So they were just laying on the bed with me the rest of the night.
They walked in, and Zach was just sitting there, like with a mortified look on his face, holding 2 balloon animals. And they're like, "What happened to you?"
It was a scary moment. I was scared for my life for a few seconds.
Any other funny ones?
What were
There's
you
like a
trying to say?
I
million
got
funny
lots of
things.
fun.
What were you trying to say?
What was the actual
lotion
question?
story.
What lotion story?
The lotion story. Okay, I'm gonna tell the lotion story. Okay. Privacy is like non-existent on Lomé. First thing you need to know. Literally, like there are like a million people everywhere all the time. So one day, me, Catherine, and April were trying to have a private conversation, and so we went into the room and we turned on the fan and we turned on worship music really loud so no one could hear us. And we closed the door. So one of our ministry hosts comes in the room.
Guys, straight up when she opened the door though, I like immediately like everything went out the window. And I just panicked. And I grabbed a lotion off the bed, and first off, it was like empty. There's like nothing left in here but maybe like a drop. And so I'm like squeezing it. I'm like, oh no, I spilled lotion on the floor. And it's like not even on the floor yet. And it's just so terrible.
Literally, she's like, oh no, I spilled lotion.
Like 5 seconds later, there's like 1 drop that comes out.
Like Vanessa was just standing in the door like, what just happened?
Oh my god.
Vanessa, what a gal.
Argentina was also a great month.
Argentina.
Shout out to Vanessa if you're watching. I love you.
What is your favorite part of the world race?
These people.
Heart.
Oh
gosh.
No,
And
for
other
real,
people
though.
too.
Sweat.
Yeah.
Including but not limited to these
Yeah.
people.
Yes,
yeah,
People
for
in
sure.
general are
Yeah.
awesome on the orders.
Yeah, these are like my lifelong friends in the community. Like Addie said, there is no private time, and we talk to each other in the shower most of the time
There are no
because there's
secrets.
literally if we sleep on the floor next to each other. Like, yeah, everyone knows everything about everyone, and your quiet time is usually with headphones in with someone sitting right next to you. But with all that being said, it's like the greatest thing ever, and you never get a chance in life to have community like this and like be this close. But at the same time, like, even though it'll never happen in this close proximity ever again, it has like taught me so much about what I want my church community to be like when I go off the race.
And just like how to like have friends and how to actually care for people well and how to like handle things well and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's also like the hardest part of the race. Like the best part, but the hardest part, I think,
Yeah.
are both just like living with this many people.
So close all the time.
And just like being loved by people even when they've seen you at your absolute worst is really sweet.
And you're sweatiest and you're literally we all smell like dead animals right now.
Yeah.
we just do. We pass back
Especially
and forth
Zach.
the same pair of shorts.
The reason we all smell like dead animals is because
like
Zach wears our
sand on
clothes and then
Whoa. Yeah, you guys borrow my clothes all the time. You stole, my whole team stole my shirt for a whole like month. You didn't even see it.
Andal wore his shirt for like an entire, I don't even know, like 3 days without him even noticing.
You told me they got stolen by the laundry man. Why would I look for it?
How did you not notice that your teammate was wearing it?
I don't know.
We were at the bus stop one day and she had been wearing it for like 48 hours at this point. And she's like, Anna and Zach are having a conversation and he's looking at her in the eyes and then all of a sudden he goes, wait.
No, we started playing patty cake. We started playing patty cake. And we were going like this.
Naturally.
And I looked and I was like, that looks like my shirt. And then I looked closer and I was like, that is my shirt. How did you get it back from the laundromat?
Alright, April. This one's specifically for you.
Ooh.
What time did we start?
Ask him.
April, have you found the man?
Yeah!
Minky!
No!
Unplugged him.
You unplugged it! He's dying! Turn him back on. Oh, thank
The
you.
love of your life.
The love of my life is this fan because without him, I would be sweating 10 times more than I already do.
Yeah, that's.
So, shout out to my good friend Minky.
Dumped this water
The
bottle.
love of my life.
Oh, about that.
I've accidentally, well, I'll wait for this for the embarrassing story question.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But I did, let's just say I acquired a lot of random men's business cards.
Not on purpose.
And she gave her
And
number out.
I didn't know. That was on
Majority of them.
Okay, we'll just move on to that question.
Most embarrassing.
Tell me an embarrassing story.
Okay, well, here it is. Embarrassed because I accidentally gave this guy. Okay, first off, this guy. It's like so like normal for guys to be in the bathroom that like work there, like all the time. He's like always in the bathroom at this place. Anyways, this guy was in the bathroom again for the 1000th time because I always have to pee because I drink so much freaking water. And so I always see him. And, you know, he was like, hey. And I was like, hi, except for this was in French. And then he, like, randomly was asking me if we could take a selfie. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Why not? We're in the bathroom. Take a selfie. And we're like this. And it's, like, so long. Like, he's literally like this for forever. And I'm like...
Oh my god.
And I literally, my body's like shaking because I'm trying, like I'm uncontrollably laughing on the inside, but trying to like maintain my cool. And he just keeps on going, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And I'm like, yeah, yeah,
That's the response to
it's
everything
good.
here.
And I'm like ready to like get out of here, right? And then he's like asking me for my number, and I like was just so panicked and so frazzled and just already like. He just asked me to take a selfie and I was just thrown off by that. And so literally, I ended up giving him my number. And I literally left there and I was like, I'm never coming back here ever again. And I'm blocking him if he tries to call me.
Did he call you?
Nope,
Oh, good.
he did not. So that's my embarrassing story. I am embarrassed.
Nice.
Do you ever get scared?
Here
Do
he
you ever
goes.
get scared?
Alright, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you about the time that I had a hostage situation for my phone.
This is good.
There was a ransom for Princess Sophia.
Do not
was
do this.
3 days
If you
ago.
were on the
3 days
race
ago?
or anywhere in the world, don't do this.
If they tell
Don't do
you
this.
at safety training, if you're planning on going on the race, analyze the risk versus the reward. This would be a time where the reward was pretty small and the risk was pretty big.
Very large.
We do have like
really
a big
good
thread
story.
decision,
It's a really good
but
story.
it's a great story.
There's Grace.
That's great.
My phone. We went to the beach. This is probably our first mistake. Me, Amanda, and Ethan went to the beach.
I left my phone at home because I said,
Okay, well, one of us needed to take our phone, so I sacrificed my own phone for the greater good. Because it's
Did you
cracked.
tell them your
it's-
phone's name?
it's
though,
cracked and
To like
everything.
preface this whole story.
My
Princess.
phone's name is Princess Sophia.
So you took Princess Sophia.
I took Princess Sophia.
You sacrificed
It
her
sounds like I
for
took
the
a
good of
little
the
kid to
team.
the beach.
No, Princess
My
Sophia.
daughter.
I'm picturing like Princess Peach. That's who I picture.
Okay. Anyways, we took her to the beach, and I wrapped her up in a towel and a shirt, so she was basically suffocating. But you know, whatever. And
She can't
we
swim.
should have left somebody to watch our stuff. But we all wanted to go swimming, so why not just go in the lake or in the ocean?
Very big
So we
wave.
went in the ocean, and I kind of kept like an eye on our stuff, but like it was over a little like hill, so I couldn't really see it. So then we came back like what was it, like an hour later?
Oh,
How
like
long were we in the ocean?
30 minutes maybe.
Okay, well, yeah, 30 minutes, and like everything looks the same, and so I take out like I unravel my stuff, and Princess Sophia is gone. So I walked back to the house and got my laptop and went to the hotel and did like the find my iPhone thing.
Oh, so we had the other
Snacks
phone.
are also
We
limited.
had the other
on
phone
ours.
and we were tracking Princess Sophia. And so we go
We
down.
got Amanda and Ethan.
Well,
Oh, you're not there yet?
No, I'm
Okay,
not there yet.
sorry.
We go down to the beach and we're like following it, and it looks kind of close to where Amanda and Ethan were because we saw them. And so I ran up to them and I'm like, "Do you guys have my phone?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Well, it's like really close by, so we're gonna go find it."
What he actually said was, he runs up to us and said, "My phone's close to here. We're going on a hunt." And we said, "Okay."
This is the worst idea.
It might have been more like that, but
So
it
we're
was-
like on the beach.
15 miles.
So here's how it is. There's
Half
like
a
a
mile,
big
maybe.
populated
Half a mile.
highway. Big populated highway, lots of people walking, unlike driving. And then there's like a section that's like farms and like trees, like kind of palm
Forestry.
trees and like it can get pretty
Jungle.
jungly.
Jungle,
but then it's
junkyard.
also like you know
Junkyard.
farms and junkyard. And then there's the beach. So it was like the signal was up in the trees.
And we're right by the water, so it's like the water and then this big span of beach and then this junkyard.
And then the
and
highway.
then the highway.
So it was in the
So
jungle.
we're walking through the junkyard and walking through people's farms,
Yeah.
and
just so
they're
worried about Princess
they're all
Sophia.
looking at us. But I'm like, Princess Sophia's around here, so we gotta find Princess Sophia. And so like, there's a bunch of huts nearby and stuff. So I'm like pressing the sound thing to see if we can hear it. And then as we get close to where the dot is, they turn Princess Sophia off again. So now I know her last location,
She's
but
on the last leg of her
but I
life.
can't play sound on her or anything, so I don't know exactly where she's at.
Yeah.
So we go up into this like, there's a patch of clearing in the jungle, in the middle of the jungle. We were far enough from the street that no one could see us, and far enough from the beach that no one could see us.
And there's a ditch in the middle of the clearing.
There's
So
all
we're in
sorts
like
of
the
things.
thick of the jungle
There's
junkyard
all-
right here.
There's all sorts of things in the middle of this junkyard. And so we walk into the entrance of the junkyard, and there's about 10 to 12 big African men. Princess Sophia is definitely in here, guys. 100%. Like, it's right ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
This is when we realized like
this is a bad
maybe
idea.
this is a bad idea because we think
This is when we
okay.
got scared.
So we get to the point where like okay, Princess Sophia is definitely here.
What
So
are we
what
gonna
are we gonna do about
Which
it?
means that when
do?
you shoot
March
something-
in there with,
Hey, you stole my phone.
yeah, and ask for her back. And so we were just trying to like, I don't know, we were really about to be like, Princess Sophia's gone. Like, let's just leave.
Let's just leave.
So we don't die.
That's what we decided. We're like, okay, this isn't worth it. Like, we gotta get out of here now.
And as soon as we said that, one of them came running to us and was like, what is going on? Well, I don't actually know. You can say it because you were the one speaking.
Yeah, this whole part was in French. Okay, so this guy runs up to me in French and he's like, is there a problem? And I'm like, yeah, my friend, like, I don't want to be like accusatory, like, yeah, you stole my friend's phone. So I was like, my friend lost his phone.
And she put lost in.
Yeah, I was like, he lost his phone. And he was like, he lost his phone? And I was just like, well, or someone took it because he lost it way the heck over there on the beach and now we're in the jungle and we know the location was here. And he's just like, he's like, did you call the police? And at this point, Zach was like just checking something on the phone, and so I was just like, "That's what he's doing right now." I was like, "Yeah, he's calling the
On
police
Addie's phone.
right now."
Because he obviously didn't have his phone.
Yeah, he's calling the police right now.
Kidnapper.
And so the guy was like, "Well, I think I might have heard it ring," and I was like, "Yeah, we were ringing it." And so he goes, "Okay, if someone found your phone,
Just happened to find it.
how much would you give them?" And I was like, "If someone just happened to find his phone," he's like, "Yeah, if someone found the phone, how much money would you be willing to give?" So I was like, "Guys, how much money?" If
They're taking a ransom for
someone
Princess
found
Sophia.
your
At that
phone.
point, we
She was
had
a hostage.
we had only had so many options though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like $25 US. And the guy, so I'm trying to figure out the conversion rate, like how much $25 US is in francs. I'm like,
While
focused on the
she's
phone.
paying no attention to what's going on around her, the 5 people that left earlier rolled up around us.
Behind
so we
us.
were trapped in the jungle
So they literally just went
direction.
around the whole clearing and came
Just
up
around
and
this
like
ditch.
locked us off.
by 10 people.
Yeah.
And it was just me, Ethan, Amanda, and Addie. And so at that point, we're
I
like,
love you boys, but you were not protecting.
no, there's no, I won't even say I was going to.
Yeah.
They already like double the size of me.
Yeah.
One of them was double the size of me.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, actually, while they were walking up, because they were taking a while, I was like, Addie, we need to go. Addie, we need to go. And she's like, I don't even know what you didn't even say anything. You just kept converting.
Listen, I was so stressed.
I was like, we need to go.
I was trying to negotiate the freedom of Princess Sophia. I was the only one who spoke French. And
I was like,
very,
Princess
very
Sophia
stressed.
does not matter right now.
Very scared.
These people
Very
are
stressed.
rolling up on us.
And so I was like, what are you talking about? And I look up and we are like trapped. And I was like, oh crap. But at first I was very scared. And I was just like shoving past people. And they were like, what's wrong? And I was like, no, it's not a big deal. But I think that they thought I was threatening them. Because I was like, it's not a big deal. We're going to figure something else out. And I think they thought we were going to go get the cops. Because they got a little desperate at this point. Because I was like, it's not a big deal. Never mind, never mind. And they were like, not going to let us go. And they were like, no, wait. And they were like chasing us and following us. And they were all shouting at us. And then one guy was like, we can go up to the street and talk. And we're like, okay,
That's a
thank
great
God. We
idea.
just need to get out of this jungle. So we go up to the highway, and it's like populated, and there are people walking past, and so now we're like, okay, at least they can't kill us and throw us in the ditch.
Or the ocean.
Or the ocean.
Or anywhere.
So we're up by the street, and the guy was like, the other 5 guys left. They like said they were gonna go do something, but I don't know what. They were like, oh, something really fast, and then they like ran across the road, and I was like, where are they going? And so it was just one guy and the 4 of us. So then I felt like slightly safer. So we weren't outnumbered anymore. And he was like, you said $25, right? And I was just like, yeah, $25. And then he just runs back into the bushes.
Literally, we watched
Literally
it.
runs back into the trees. So he comes back and he's like, okay, give me the money. And so we like
Princess Sophia
we like
nowhere
hold up
in
the
sight.
money. No, yeah. So then he's like, no, I need to see the phone. I need to see the phone. And so we're like, okay, show us Princess Sophia.
We didn't
Show
actually
her.
say that.
And so he like pulls out the phone.
Given a
And
different
he like pulls out the phone and he's holding it like this.
Princess
And then like
was
Zach
like
pulls out the money. So we like hold up the money, but we're still holding it. We hold up the money so we can see it. And then I'm like showing him the conversion rate. I'm like, this is 15,000 francs. Here it is in US dollars. And it was literally like
most sketchy exchange
it was
ever.
So,
It was literally like this.
He's got the money and the phone and like
Yeah,
it was literally like no one was letting go.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you have this one.
Yeah, so the one guy thought that we were gonna run away with the money and the phone, and
And
like
we thought
the
he was
same
gonna
thing.
run away with the money.
that
And so
point-
We were like,
We should have just done it at that point. We found
and
the
then it was
phone.
like we were like both holding on for a minute. Like and then finally it was like, okay. It was crazy. And then we just ran. We literally like turned and hiked
Go.
around. No, and then he fist bumped us.
Oh yeah,
He
he
was
acted
like,
like we were
oh
best
yeah,
friends.
good deal.
And now
Fast forward
3
3
days
days.
later, Princess Sophia drowned.
She got water damage and she's broken.
so it was all for nothing. But we're alive.
That was the longest story ever. That was, yes, I was
At least we saved her.
I was definitely scared. That was a scary moment.
At least we saved her for a while. For me,
First ever documented death on the world race, Princess Sophia.
Alright, great.
You didn't know that. No,
Oh yeah, she drowned.
Drowned in
The water
Lomé's
sack went
sack.
all over her today.
She's broken.
And she's cracked. So like she got all the water got all over her. Yeah, it's a sad life. It's a sad life for Princess Sophia. She's been kidnapped and drowned in the past week. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot.
Well, I'm so sorry.
At least it was Princess Sophia, not us.
Yeah, true. We could have been drowned in the ocean.
Oh my gosh.
With Princess Sophia.
Okay. Well, that's a wrap, folks.
Oh my.
There you go. That's a look
That's-
into life on the race.
Yeah, that's about what's been going on this past 4 months.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, we love you.